Alright, so let me just go through the absolute basics. This is probably super easy for most of you guys, but let's just think about the lanes. A lot of people get confused with the lanes they're meant to be in. So the way I kind of think about it usually is dual carriageways, but I'll give you that in a minute. So as a rough guideline, when you've got your roundabout here, and let's say on approach, you might have 3 lanes like that. Okay, so that's your roundabout there, there, there. Okay, and then normally you've got this sort of scenario here. Okay, so what you want to think about is this left lane here should do 2 things. Okay, it will go straight and it will go left. Okay, this is very basic, this is very general. You're going to come across tons of roundabouts which don't follow this method, but as a general guideline, this is kind of what you want to follow. And then there's road markings to consider obviously as well. Okay, then the middle lane, take it as only straight, and the right lane can go right. I don't want to say go straight at the moment, but you can sometimes, but just think of that right lane only as right. So left lane straight and left, middle lane straight only, right lane right only. Okay, the same will continue here. So as you enter this roundabout, okay, the lane will be here, that will be for right only, and that will be for straight. And when you leave and a second exit over here, you'll have this lane leaving here and this lane leaving here. So if you are approaching from here, let's say, and you want to come up and you want to go straight ahead second exit, you have the choice of both of these lanes. I generally always prefer the left lane because I'm near the curb here, then I go to the curb here, and then I leave at the curb here. So I tend to tell my students curb to curb to curb, and it just is easy to remember. Whereas when you go into the middle lane, you have to find the middle lane, then you have to go wide over here and then make your way back, etc. And I just find this a little bit trickier, but you know, the other way I also say is that if you are here going straight ahead, then you only have a curb next to you. Whereas if you are here going straight ahead in the middle lane, you can have cars on both sides of you. Okay, so that sometimes is a bit harder. So when you go through, you got to make sure you're not going to hit that car or this car. So this one seems to be easier for me. Anyway, so what you want to do is you want to try and follow the shape coming round like this for going straight ahead, carrying on and leaving. As you get around this sort of area here, once you've passed exit number 1, you're going to start putting your left signal on. Okay, no signal at the beginning, but you're going to signal before you leave. Same with this one, you're going straight ahead, no signal at the beginning, and then as you get into the middle, you're then going to signal to leave, and you're going to leave on the outside. Okay, there is no lane changing for first exit or second exit. Okay, remember that is very, very important. Little thing to remember: you start on the left, you stay on the left. You start in the middle, you stay in the middle. You start on the right, you stay on the right. Very, very straightforward. Okay, the other part comes, what do I signal? You know, so the way I think of it like this is, if I ask any of my students, if you are driving on the dual carriageway, yeah, like this, and I ask you to go straight ahead, you know, just along the dual carriageway, which lane should you be? So they'll often always say left lane. Same applies at the roundabout. So if I say straight ahead second exit, the moment you hear that word straight ahead, try and stay on the left lane. If arrows tell you differently, follow the arrows, don't get me wrong. Right, so initially you're gonna stay on the left lane. You can use the middle lane obviously to go straight as well. Okay, and then usually the right lane will take you to the right hand side somewhere. All right, so think of it just like that. If I ask you to leave that dual carriageway somewhere, what will you do? You will approach it in advance and you will signal to leave before you get in there. So if you are going left first exit, you will be signaling left before you get there. Okay, when you're going straight, there is no signal at the start. Okay, so straightforward. Okay, so initially if you are going straight ahead second exit, no signal. If you are going left first exit, you will signal left and you will use the left lane. And if you are going right, you are going to use the right lane and you're going to signal right. So let me just... So I was meant to be doing exercise. Oh well. Anyway, so what you've got to think about now. Number one, if you are going left at the roundabout, if you hear the word left, stay on the left, signal left. If you hear the word right, doesn't matter if it's a right second exit, right third exit, right fourth exit, right, signal right, stay on the right, okay? And if you are going straight ahead, you did not hear the word left, you did not hear the word right, because you're going straight. There is no signal for driving straight at the beginning, okay? When you leave, this is called like the exiting signal, okay? Where you're going to exit and you want to warn people, I'm leaving now. I'm not trying to do a funny one and go round or anything like that. I am leaving, okay? So keep that in mind. Hope that makes sense there, okay? Those are the general basics, all right? So you want to make sure you follow this pattern here as a guideline, okay? A brief guideline. Loads of roundabouts, sometimes it could be a left only lane. Then obviously you can't go straight from there. And if you accidentally went there and saw the sign very, very late, then you tell the examiner and you turn left. You say, I'm sorry, I'm in the wrong lane. I need to turn left from here. Job done, no problem at all, okay? So keep that in mind. All right, so that's just a general gist on the roundabout, okay? Now we're going to try and work out what you do when you leave, okay? So just bear with me a second. All right, so let's focus